That one works. Turn on to that. That works for now. People, I'm here having some issues. Um, okay, so, man, I'm in the middle of fueling and everything else. My computer is not giving me any messages that I should have already received. It's not showing anything since yesterday, and I can't send messages. And I've been told by another company they're having the same issue. I think we're being jammed. I know that right now in the Gulf, there are 6 ships that actually gave distress calls that they have been electronically disabled. They've been taken out. So they can't move. They have no type of GPS or any type of navigation at all. The Asphalt Princess is the one that I just put up a couple of pictures of, and it's a Panamanian flag that is, I believe, my understanding is that it's actually British. They run Panamanian flags, and they'll run them out of wherever's cheapest, and so that they don't have a big British flag on the side, so they won't be attacked if they have an enemy at some point. That's how they do it. So it happens to be British. It was boarded by armed militants, and so pretty much Iran. That's just what they do. But I think this is a preemptive kind of a bigger thing because I'm having problems with my computer systems. This is not normal for it to be like this. I would like to know if anybody else is having issues with comms, getting in touch with their companies, and I haven't had any effect on GPS. I haven't had any effect on telephone, but it's when you have an app for the company you're leased to and you have a computer. If the computer goes down, you're like, oh, it's just another computer problem. And you go to your app on your phone and you can communicate. This is across the board that no messages are able to be received. It seems like we can send them some kind of a bug. So I don't know if they've sent. I think we're being jammed, and I think this is preemptive. So I'm just putting it out there like that. There's a sensing and a knowing about this too, and it is not normal to have this kind of problem, other than these incessant flies here. So if anybody else is having an issue, let me know, and you can drop it in the comments. But check out Asphalt Princess. That's the one that I know for sure they boarded. You can on that vessel finder, you can actually pay to have its actual last known satellite GPS coordinates. It doesn't matter, they got it. So I'm not sure how many they've taken out. For sure 6 distress calls were given out, so that's 6 different tankers, and they aborted one. I don't know if they're going to incrementally, sequentially, whatever, board one at a time, and they're going to board all of them. But it seems like they're shutting down the oil supply, and I believe that this is a cyber attack on our communications of our supply line, because the company can't figure out. It's company wide. This is not normal. They're known for these ransomware attacks that they've been doing. And so right now all you get is audio, because I'm fixing to fuel. I'm gonna leave this thing rolling for a bit, and then I'll get back to it. I'm gonna leave this live going, but they're messing with our communication. So if you can send a message to your company and then you get a message of it and then it says message can't be found, let me know, because that's what's popping. That's what's going on. They're jacking with things anyhow. I can guarantee you a system that's made, unless your computer is full and you have to turn it off and turn it back on, or delete some stuff to get more messages. No, this is not that. This is not that at all. And the phone doesn't work on the app, and that doesn't work, and it's all specifically within messages. So comms are down. And for them to have electronically disabled using you know, Russia's EW is off the chart. Who knows if they're working in cahoots with Iran, but they're the ones that are good at that. They can shut off ships. They did a bunch of strafing runs too when they were out there checking out Hawaii on our ships with their MiGs, and they were flying way too close, and it was reported and all this. Probably to scan their electronics to see what's going on. But I got a fuel. I'll be back on this in a sec. Yeah, they're receiving my messages. They can't send them back, and they're still trying to send them back. I just got an alert of that. So hold tight. I'll be back, people. Just hold tight. If I wasn't in the middle of fueling, but they took over an Iranian, Iranians took over a British vessel under a Panamanian flag. You can Google hashtag asphalt princess, or look at the links I put up in those pictures I put up. I'll be right back with you people. At least we can fuel. Makes you wonder what's next. What else they've got their finger on the button ready to push. And man, I'm just dealing with it. So I'm gonna do the best I can to I gotta hurry and go grab my ticket. I gotta fill up a tank. They're messing with stuff, people. I mean, for them to take out that many ships at once, like that's naval, an act of aggression, an act of naval warfare. That constitutes declaring war. So they basically declared war on Britain by doing what they did to that ship, because it was not within their international waters. I looked at where its last GPS coordinates, and they actually know where they're going. That's messed up. I'll be right back. you can pretty much check on Twitter, but I haven't even checked it. I mean, most times you can check on Twitter, they've already put stuff up about it. I've only seen 2 other reports on it, but I wanted to know what flag it was under. I wanted to know the coordinates. I wanted to know where it was at, and it seems to me that it was not in any kind of Iranian waters. They just decided to seize it, and so they're gonna mess around and be at war with England, and then basically we'll have to back them up. I'm taking a look. I'm gonna see too. I'd like to know where all of the British warships are at. I know that we've got the, what is it? I could be wrong. The 5th or the 7th. I just don't know the number, but it's I think it's the 7th Fleet sits over there. And they also said that one ship hit a mine. I don't think they hit a mine. I think that the dang NAT boats, the Iranian National Guard, came up beside a ship and stuck a mine to it and blew it up. They didn't hit a mine. A mine was placed on them. So this is like a full-on war attack. This is more than just preemptive, and especially if they've got, if they're working like together with Russia, if this is a orchestrated attack against the U.S., they need to prove who's messing with our computer systems. They need to really go after Russia for this, for messing with our fuel, you know, shutting down our pipeline, for putting all the ransomware attacks, because they know full well nothing happens in Russia without Russia knowing about it or actually paying for it. So all these things that they're messing with just to keep us busy from what they're really doing. And then is this preemptive for an invasion? What is this? Like, what is it? They need to figure out what it is. All I know is the companies in the United States can't continue to work in the manner they're working under threat of all of the ransomware. They just can't. So they need to get a handle on that. Some of this needs to be moved to intranet instead of internet, and they need to get on top of, right this moment, is this a man, I'm trying to think of the word even. Is this attack between more than one nation? Is it orchestrated by Russia and Iran? But I forget the word that I wanted to use. Correlated. It's like correlated. So anybody knows, if you've got a problem with your issue at your terminal, okay, anybody's got a problem with comms and getting messages from your company, I'm not having a problem sending it to them. They're just like dumbfounded of why they can't send them to me and anybody else in the entire company. So we can run it old school. Yo, we can make this happen, people. We can roll. This ain't no issue. But because everybody's on computer log also, it's pain. So yeah, see, now just starting to get something back. I don't know if they roasted the system and brought it back up, but it's been since midnight of last night. Something was orchestrated from midnight until now, or even further, but maybe they rebooted the entire system. I don't know. I just got a message, first message all day. I've got about 30 of them that pop up and it says message not found. They're sending these ransomware attacks to companies and to water systems and to power systems and anybody they can, you know, they want to have it figured out so when they go to push the button, they can push all the buttons all at once and shut them all down. They want backdoor into our infrastructure. That's power, water, gas pipeline for fuel, natural gas, city municipalities, and internet. They've already got internet. They can shut that down anyhow. We gave them the internet key. We handed it over to another country a while back. It was stupid. So yeah, where I'm at on this, they need to quit jacking with our comms. That's really stupid. I guarantee you It was something that was just a test on this that we actually found a way to get around, but they've jammed all those ships out in the Gulf, so they're dead in the water. I don't know if they're going to blow them all up with mines, but they've already hit one of them, hit a mine. So I don't know if they're going to go on and say, who are you really under? Because, you know, one flying a Panamanian flag, they don't know. It could be American, it could be British, it could be, you know, Israeli. They've been trying to hit Israeli ships. So if they're going to board them all after they've shut them all down, and then see who's who, and then when they see the manifest and they see who actually owns it, and they look it up, and then what, sink them all with mines? Is that the plan? You know, because it sounds like it to me. One of them already, they said hit a mine. It didn't hit a mine. They got mines that they can stick on the side of their ships, and you know, it's stronger than 3M. You ain't getting it off. They had a hard time taking one off. They accidentally mined the wrong ship one time, and it showed them back out there on video taking it back off. And whether they know it or not, I mean, we got color at nighttime, people. We can see that stuff. So it's not like they're hiding. Not like they're going to get away with it 24/7. But it sounds to me like they're going to sink a bunch of either, I would say, Israeli, American, and British tankers. That's, I mean, because they've already mined one, and there's 6 or 7 distress calls that were given, and one has been boarded and hijacked. Like, it's basically, they said how many people were on it, they were armed, that one's done. So sorry about the video, not having video. It's where I had to set it up because I'm fueling and fixing to move. I'm gonna leave this live running. I'm gonna catch back with it in a sec. What I'm gonna do, because there's a reason for that, I'm gonna see if anybody's picking up on this. And you know, a lot of guys are driving right now, and I want anybody to tell me if their company has had an issue with communicating with drivers since last night at midnight. I wish I could think of the word I was searching for. It's like these attacks were correlated. But they've been searching to see what they can do for a long time, and who knows who all's involved. It could even be North Korea's got a whole army of them sitting behind computers. That's all they do all day long. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this live running. Or no, you know what? I'll tell you what, leave a comment. I'll get back with it. If I've got more intel, I'll go back live. I gotta go inside and see what's going on. I gotta get a ticket. People, they're messing with us pretty hard. And it's gonna be full-on World War III if they keep screwing around. And hopefully the Navy will take care of it before that. But I got faith in them. It's just, they can't be everywhere at once, and they're not on top of all those tankers, and maybe they're all gonna need escorts for a while, because if they haven't sunk them yet. So it sounds like one was mined. There's no hitting a mine. There's no rogue. All the mines from World War II, I mean, there was one that showed up in a bay that was drugged there, that was put there, okay? There's no bunch of old World War mines that, I mean, if you were a submarine, you might worry about mines. If you're a ship and you're going through a strait that people go through all the time with these tankers, it's a non-issue. It would be a non-event. So God bless you, people. I'm gonna get off this thing. I don't know what else to say. I'll tell you what, let's see here, I'll show you a view that might be a little bit better if I can. I was trying to set this up. Yeah, oh, it's gonna have to stay rotated this way, isn't it? So I've done messed around and set my device up in a bad way. So check it out. There we go. People, we just checking out the corn. You know what I mean? I'm just watching corn grow. I'm sitting back and watching this show. There's nothing you can do about this stuff but they're really messing with our systems and making it where we can't get that food to you. Okay? Somebody threw a wrench in the works. I'd like to know exactly what's going on and how many companies are involved. So if you know anything, if you know something, say something. God bless you, people. I'm gonna get off this thing. I'll get back in it. Maybe I'll get back in it tonight. I got a run to make. I don't care if the computer works or not. I'll run a paper log if I have to. They can shut us all down. They can try to mess with us. Yeah, you think it's all planned? I think there's something to it. Like, I wouldn't have put this up if I didn't. Correlated. Like I said, okay. There are no coincidences, and Occam's razor says that the simplest answer, the most logical answer, the simplest answer is probably the truth. Simplest answer is, it seems to me, they've been doing it to all these companies, and now for it to happen at the same time today as they're trying to throw away their crops. Well, a lot of these crops ain't grown. They put them in late. They said plant them anyways. That's going to be some good corn, but we get a lot of it in different places. So different places that were too cold. Yeah. So I'd like to leave this live running. Make all the comments you want in the comment section. But like I said, I think that this was orchestrated. I think it was well, you could use the word conspiracy if you want to, but this is factual theory. This is true, you know. They've been trying to take out companies. They've been messing with our supply line. This is just another part of our supply line, trucking. And for them to do this at the same day that they just attacked and shut down electronically 7 different ships for sure that have given out distress signals, and also they seized one by boarding it with militants that were armed. There's something going on. I think they're trying to start a war, and I think I think that their D-Day or Invasion Day could be today with what they're doing. So this is a test run for something bigger. Who knows? Hey, here's a good one too. Riddle me this. How come Russia just built another doomsday, like an Air Force One, but it's just a doomsday plane that can go faster and fly further in the event of a nuclear war, if they wasn't planning on using the Poseidons that they paid a lot of money for and parked off our coast? You tell me. Here's another one. Riddle me this. Where'd the uranium come from to build them in the first place, to make those freaking probably from Uranium One, with the deal with it. Everybody knows who sold that to them, right? Yeah, there's a lot more going on, but they built a brand new plane in Russia to get the president and all of his chiefs. Here's my magical question. Let's say that the U.S. has a war with Russia, and let's say that Russia pops off some nuclear stuff and we retaliate. Who knows, right? What is the end game? Are they all going to fly their magical airplanes to some island somewhere and then meet up and say, well, we have peace, but it's just a couple of us and now we're all going to have to fish for food? You know what I'm saying? What is the end game? They need to stop all this war mess, but for sure, like, is that, like, what's the plane, what is the plan after a nuclear war for landing a plane if the entire planet is decimated and all of us are gone and we can't feed them? What is the end game? I would like to know, because they'll make it a week. They'll make it, I give them a week. Anybody ever watch Survivor or Naked and Afraid or any of that crap? I give them a week. Tops. 1 week. Because you know, I don't see that they're going to have enough food on those planes for very long. I give them a week, if they can find a place that's not radiated to land. So once they land, let's say they fly around for a month, even if they're refueled in air, let's say they continue to fly. Where are they going to go? And how come Russia has built a submarine and decided that they're going to put tanks in it? Where's their landing place, right? Where are they going with those tanks? Yeah, so they're building up for invasion. They're building up for war. And I'd like to know what their end game is. Just like how Russia said, well, your bunkers won't save you. I think that's because they know that they're going to flood things with the Poseidon bomb, and it would flood underground any bunkers because they have to have, air pipes for breathing. So my magical question is, let's just say that play it to the nth degree. All the wars they want to have, and then it becomes nuclear, and then everything's radiated. That cornfield won't be there. Be like a daisy cutter hit it. It'll be burned. There won't be much for food. They won't know where to get food. So here's my magical question. They put seeds in a bunker. Are they going to go to the bunker and get the seeds and try to grow them and then watch how radiation kills the seeds? You know what I mean? Or do they think they're going to all land on an island and sign a peace treaty? And so let's just say that there's 35 surviving members of heads of state of each country. And that's a lot, 35 for a plane. Let's just say 35 people make it for each country. So let's say there's about 400 people. How are 400 people that need us to feed them going to feed themselves once they land that plane? So, the way Russia said your bunkers aren't going to save you, I'm going to say this. Your super fast airplane ain't going to save you either, because you ain't going to have this corn out here. They need to quit jacking with stuff. Quit messing with the program. We're bringing you food. We're doing our little job. You know what I'm saying? They need to quit messing with our comms. They need to quit messing with the oil ships, because that's part of our supply line too. They need to quit messing with our pipelines. They need to quit the ransomware, because the end game makes them lose anyways. In the end, they can't feed themselves. You could take all this corn out here, even if it was set. What are they going to eat corn all day long? And then after that crop, who's going to plant it? Because they don't have farmers and they don't have equipment, and everything's been radiated, and they don't have the diesel for the tractor. You see, in the end, that makes them live a horrible 2 months radiated later. That's all I'm saying. And the higher they fly in elevation, the more radiation they'll get even from the sun. The lower they fly, when they come back down to land, they're going to go right through the radioactive fallout. Nuclear winter means it'll all be covered up, sunlight won't get through, and that corn won't grow. So if that's what they want to do with their time, that's fine, but they need to leave our ships and our supply line alone, because the end game is everybody loses. That's all I got, people. I'm gonna get off this thing. I gotta go get a ticket and get rolling. God bless you. I might do another live later, but they're seizing and shutting down electronically with electronic warfare. I'm sure it's Russia helping Iran. They're shutting down all of our oil tankers. I got to get off this thing. I'm out. Peace.